And now, marine weather around Alaska.
Okay, well, winds increase from south to north here out along the outer coastline for tomorrow. Looking at southerly winds 10 to 20 knots for the south coast, and small craft advisories and gales for the north coast. For east-southeast winds 25 to 30 knots with seas up to 11 feet here. And for the inside waters, light southeast breeze at 10 knots with 2-foot seas. And for Saturday, north winds at 10 knots. Lynn Canal, Glacier Bay, Stevens Passage, northwest 15 for Clarence Strait. And for the south coast, winds light out of the northwest at 10 knots with seas around 6 feet. And for the north coast, east to southeast winds now are down to 15 to 20 knots. Prince William Sound in the North Gulf Coast tomorrow, small craft advisory, southeast winds 30 knots, seas up to 6 feet in the Sound. Otherwise, Cook Inlet, north winds 10 to 15 knots, 30-knot west to northwest winds for Kamishak Bay and the Barren Islands. In the western North Gulf Coast, north winds 20 knots. For the day Saturday, Cook Inlet, light northeast breeze at 10, northeast at 15 for the Barren Islands, Kamishak Bay, east 15 for the western North Gulf Coast, and the east side there around Middleton Island looking at east-southeast winds at 20 knots. Prince William Sound, east winds 20 knots, seas 4 feet. Kodiak Island, northwest wind 25 knots tomorrow. For the Alaska Peninsula, variable to northwest winds at 10 to 15 knots. And for Bristol Bay, winds northwest at 15 knots. And for Kodiak Island on Saturday, northeast winds 15 knots. Bristol Bay north at 10, and for the Alaska Peninsula, variable to north winds at 15 knots. Eastern Aleutians, variable to east winds 10 to 15 knots for the day tomorrow, and variable winds 10 to 15 knots for the Central Aleutians, and Western Aleutians looking west-northwest at 15 to 20. Then for Saturday, for the Western Aleutians, west-northwest winds 15 to 20 knots. Adak and Atka, west at 15 knots, and the Eastern Aleutians, north winds or north-northwesterlies at 15 to 20. And for the southwest coast, light variable winds tomorrow here, 5 to 10 knots. Light northwest wind for St. Lawrence Island at 10, Norton Sound, northwest at 15 knots, and out in the Bering Sea, Pribilof, St. Matthew Island, light variable wind conditions with seas down to 3 feet. That holds through Saturday out there over the Bering Sea. Light variable winds for St. George, St. Paul, St. Matthew Islands. About the same here for the southwest coast. Southeast at 5 for the Yukon Delta coast. North possibly up to 15 knots for the Kuskokwim Delta coastline. South at 10 for St. Lawrence Island. West at 10 for Norton Sound. And for the Chukchi Sea tomorrow, north to northwest winds 15 to 20 knots. North at 20 for the western Arctic coast, central coast here northeast at 20 knots. Western areas, west-southwest winds 5 to 15 knots with those seas running 4 to 5 feet. And then for Saturday, eastern Beaufort Sea coast, kind of a variable light wind condition there. Southeast 15 knots for the central and western Arctic coast, and the Chukchi Sea looking at west winds 10 to 15 knots.